Okay, and now let's make some texture on the wood. Okay, so I would like to actually, I wanted to create some cracks here. The wood looks old, so all I'm doing is like I'm using this tool now, which is you can find these kind of tools in a like a nail polishing kind of sets or stuff. It's not really sharp edge, and even if you have something sharper, like maybe like a screwdriver, you can always sand it down. The first tool that I used the most was the screwdriver that I actually just sand down with the normal sandpaper. So the edges need to be sand down and you're good to go. So cracks. Okay, so the crack pretty easily done. So just press here on the side like that and then just follow. Right. Okay. And I'm gonna make another one here and connect. So never do like this when you're doing cracks. Okay, let's see. Okay, so never do this when you doing cracks like this. More like press down, connect the cracks like that. Okay, like that, like that. Okay, this needs to be like that. And then we want to create maybe that circle texture wood. Again, we are not doing here like a ultra detailed piece. It's something that you can do in one afternoon really quickly. So we're not gonna go into something that we're gonna create something that looks okay, especially when you paint it. Okay, so let's do some textures here. So the texture, wood texture, what creates the small and simple trick that makes things look like a wood is doing this like that, like circle, and then you make like an almost like an eye, and then you just like that, and then you follow the lines but go around that like that. You see? Bump, you know, and try not to make it too deep. So use your tool horizontally. Okay, so we want to just leave like just a surface texture, and with the paint I'm gonna show you, you know, these effects and why the texture is important, you know, and not to do texture like simulating with colors, you know, it's not good. You just want to do it with the colors. Okay, as I said, I'm just trying to be quick here. You're not gonna, you can spend much more time making it maybe much nicer. Add some more details, you know. You can always look for the armor for the references on internet, you know. Look how the tree trunks look. Try to replicate that, you know. Sculpting is all about replicating. All the art actually, it's about replicating the nature. So I'm just doing some like old wood texture. Just lines, more like snaky lines. Never do straight lines. Nature doesn't do straight lines. And also no crossing. Don't cross. Cross. If you make a cross, that looks like a man. It's like, no, that's man-made. Let's connect here. Okay, so more. Another crack here, maybe. You know, to simulate that depth. Here. See because of the plastic how easy it is to actually sculpt. Because you can just grab for the width. Okay, and then continue just doing the texture. Okay, so now I'm gonna do an eye here again. Simple eye. Straight away you'll see how this nice here. Different textures, or maybe the grading and stuff. Okay, so we're continuing. So you create like another eye here, and then you just go around it. And there you go. The texture is there. And then you just follow that bump where the eye is, and then you get this, you see? A little bit more cracks, maybe. You will see the effects of the cracks. It's nice. Okay, and the crack, of course, finishes much more shallow than where where it's beginning. That's how the cracks work, actually. Same on the stone. You see, the X happens. That's not in nature, so you have to fix it. There is no X's in nature that much. Another eye here to simulate wood. This is quite, quick technique to make clay look like a wood, Of course, you could go into more details, but this is really simple technique. Eye technique. Okay, so look again, eye. Makes a little bit of texture, and then you just go around. It's almost like, how ants go around something, right? And then you just follow the lines like that around it. Here's a crack. You can just extend the cracks here. Finish the textures here. We're gonna cut this part here because it went around a little bit of the around the. You can use piece of wood as well, and then you can just put it all in together. The sculpture, that's even better. Okay, let's big crack, make big crack here. And that. This part here broke completely. Like that. And then the circle thing. Just circling around here. And let's finish here the texture. Just going snaky moves. Okay, and then just following the line of the crack here. Oop. It's moving because I was trying to move away this thing. Move the part of the where the clay is connecting to a lid. Okay, so this is enough. Okay, and so you can if you want to make it a little more subtle, you just touch a little bit everywhere. Okay, and then I want to do more around here. Maybe make a little bit of moss. Maybe like here. So it's just a piece of clay. And then you just squeeze it. Squeeze it like that. I don't know, maybe you could put it like here. All small pieces. Like that. And then tear apart another piece here. And connect it like that. And then maybe going up here. Like that. And then is how you make a moss effect kind of, or a grass or something like that, is you take something spiky, really spiky, like a needle. I have this part here and I bend it so it's easier to do sometimes and stuff, but you can use a normal needle, you know, that you can find anywhere. And what you do is just you know, just play around, poke it and then roll it, like poke and like circle, or kind of poke and then a little bit circle. See, so just make sure that you do it thoroughly. Just poke and then circle, kind of. It doesn't matter if it starts taking apart clay. You can just see, just poking it and moving around. And really simple way of doing like a grass or moss or something like that. If you want to do like a grass, then you would do maybe a little bit longer kind of. But yeah, this is like a moss and maybe even curly hair, you know. You could do curly hair like this. like a black African, you know, African hair, this type of hair. See, just poking and circling, just playing around the play. Just making sure that there is no like a line that look human, you know, just poking and then that. You can drag it as well if you want, a little bit more, somewhere on the side. And all these positions, you know, positions of the mushrooms and position of the pieces of like a trunk and position of the moss, you know, you can reposition yourself anywhere you like, you know, that doesn't matter. Okay, let's finish this moss, and when you finish this moss, this is gonna be it, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven for an hour, like I said, on 110 degrees Celsius and it's 230 Fahrenheit. And then we're gonna come back and paint it. So we're gonna do the first full circle tutorial, you know, really quick sculpt and painting. I'm gonna show you highlighting and shading, really simple techniques that will make your sculptures pop out like crazy, like really nicely. And they're really simple techniques that I learned. Make sure that the holes are not obvious. Like that. And that's it, people. Like a nice little tree trunk with mushrooms. But you'll see when the paint comes, it's gonna pop out much better, much nicer, you know. Paint gives these sculptures life. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna, you can just basically just take like that, and I'm gonna go to the kitchen now, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna record and show you how I put it in the oven. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, as you can see, I just took a small piece of aluminium foil and maybe even pressed it a little bit to create like a nice surface at the bottom. Don't worry, you can press it with your fingers. It's gonna actually leave the nice fingertips texture on it, which you want on the wood. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is just put it kind of in the middle. Okay, and put it on 110, something like that. 110, and leave it for an hour. You can actually leave it a little bit longer. It's not gonna hurt. You can bake it for hours, and if you want to bake it quicker, you can put like maybe even 120 and bake it for half an hour, but you're gonna be risking cracks. But the positive side is that the clay is stronger, much stronger, but of course you're risking the cracks. The best way is to actually do it on 110 and even maybe 100 and bake it for a longer time. Sometimes bigger sculptures I bake for hours. Okay, and see you in the painting part. Bye.